Good morning, tubers. It's a beautiful day in Vernonia today. And I got my grandpa hat on, but it's keeping the sun out of my freaking from burning my neck. Doing yard work, just trying to clean up, sweeping and edging and trimming. I had some scraggly bits going on here. Just stuff in the driveway. I need to get some grass killer for the driveway. I'm just trying to clean up. I have my little white picket fence thing going on here, which is nice, but the problem is that, okay, you know, I was thinking about, you know, what if you fell, you're coming out here, you lose your step, you fall, and you final destination yourself on those. So I took them out, and it was, every time I try and put something nice here, it makes it hard to edge, so forget it. We could put something here, but I'm just not, just whatever. The landlord was going to do something here, but something that you could easily remove if you had to move or something in and out of the house. But yeah. I got to move the truck because I'm mowing the yard. I'm just getting whatever needs mowed there. And I've been trying to water this thing, and it's hard to keep it from going brown. You really got to water the hell out of it. I got all the weeds. All the weeds have died off because I've been weed and feeding this quite a bit, and all the weeds have pretty much gone. I don't mind, you know, mismatched grass and stuff, but I just hate dandelions and stuff. It looks ugly. His yard's pretty bad. I put weed and feed down on that, and I think they're starting to go, but I have to water it. So yeah, I'm the caretaker of the lawn around here, and he pays me for it, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm gonna move that into the driveway. We're gonna be as you couldn't tell, we're gonna be working on this. I have one problem. I think I can fix it. I think it's just a mechanical error that I made with my rear brakes, and we're gonna get into that here in a moment. But yeah, working outside. We got the battle cat. Hey kitty. Yeah, she's been out every night catching rodents and mutilating the crap out of them. I think she just swats them and they're pretty much dead after that. So she's been taking care of the rodents around here, so I don't have any infestations in the house. What, you want to go inside? It's all AC in here. There you go. Go in there, and then she'll want out in 5 minutes. I got fans to keep the garage temperature down. They're just on low for right now, but they keep me cool when I walk in here to get something I can cool off. I just filled this full of water, and I got my thing here. I have all kinds of water. You know, we drank a lot of beer last night, but you know what's hot? It's hard to drink beer when it's hot, at least for me anyways. I gotta have water. So yeah, I'm gonna move the truck. In fact, we'll go do that. We'll do that together, because I've been doing a lot of that, and then, you know, well, there used to be a link in there, but Adam's at work. But we're gonna mess around with the truck. And yes, that is a canopy on the back of my truck. And oh, I need to take my antenna off. So let me get this antenna off, and then we'll move the truck. So I want to show this.
Oh yeah! Yeah!
I've got some stuff I'm gonna be buying for this soon. As part of some upgrades, I'm gonna be getting rid of this and getting a different gauge pod set up. And I'm getting new gauges. So, Let's see if he can sit right there. I know I look really goofy with this hat, but this hat is like saving my life, so. It's all rattly back there. Hey look, you're rattling too. Uh-oh, so, somebody sue me. I'm going across the yard. Anybody coming? Where's my neighbor's fighting? Wasn't too bad. I got this canopy from a friend. It's actually given me quite a bit of stuff over the years, one of which I don't have anymore because it was a headache for him and a headache for me. But my friend Scott, who helped me rebuild, well, actually he did most of the work, but we sort of worked together to rebuild that F-150 I got in here, which has been working great all these years. It's been going on 2 years. Oh, he gave me a F-250 he had sitting around. It was an IDI truck, and he was tired of dealing with it. I took it, and I just had gotten tired of it because everything I did not fix the transmission problem that it had, and it was mostly just a shifting issue. It was all because of some TPS thing that I just would not get right. I don't know what it was, but it just would not fix itself. So yeah, so I ended up selling that, and when I sold it, the guy who bought it from me contacted me and showed me a picture of it. He did a Bullnose swap on it, and he put a ZF5 in it, and I think he did a straight axle Dana 60 on it. He did a lot of stuff to it, and then the IDI blew up. So I'm glad I don't have that headache. That'll probably be, of course I say this and won't just get an IDI truck, but I probably won't mess around with an IDI again. If I did, it would be because we're going to do an engine swap on it. And we're going to be blabbing about this thing. Before we get into the brake stuff, I wanted to just reiterate what I plan on doing with this. I want to fix stuff like this, and then this. So for that part, and for this, and we'll also be painting this top. I'm going to be getting rid of this stripe, because I don't think I can get a replacement. I hate how rough it is. So this is what's going to happen. Since it's nice and warm out, I've got a canopy thing we can set up. I'm going to make a mini paint booth out here so we don't get paint on his rig or anything else we don't want paint on. And what's going to happen is, well, this bumper will come off too, but this front bumper filler panel here, and then this body line all the way down to the back, and we're probably going to take this rear bumper off, which has never been off, so that'll be fun. And what's going to happen is I'm going to take this lower body panel, and we're just going to sand it down. We're going to smooth it out. I'm going to get a bodywork hammer, and I'm gonna tap these out. I'm gonna get this nice and flat. Get this pushed back in. I'm gonna sand it down, and then I'm gonna get some. I'll have to get some supplies for it. But basically, this lower panel is gonna get painted the same color as the top, and then we're gonna repaint the top because there's some spots on it where it's fading and becoming an issue. And I'm almost debating if we should take this hood, since it has some of this nonsense going on, if we should just take this hood and paint it the same color as the top, paint this the same color as the top. These will get painted black. And these are actually from that white F-150, F-250 I had. So manila, or whatever color this is, and then this thing, which will be the biggest pain in the ass, but I think we can do it in sections and blend it in. Get this painted the same color, and then what I'd like to do is if I can go to a canopy store and see if they can replace these back windows and put new seals and stuff in them, because this is all like kind of broken off and leaking and stuff. Not too big of a deal. I just, you know, there's nothing sensitive back here. It's just would like to not have that leak water in case I did put like carpet or something back here. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna have a rubber mat back there. But that's what's gonna happen. That's gonna get repainted. I'll probably redo the letters white, just to keep that original at least. But I think this lower body panel, we'll be able to take care of this and then reseal this stuff up so it doesn't look so ugly. And then, yeah, I don't care about this stripe part. I like this. I don't mind that. I can stay. This part, we're going to continue on. Since I gotta fix this too. So this is going to come down as manila. It'll end here, and then down here, I'm going to go manila. Which I'm going to have to find a way to tape this off and just get this clean somehow, get in there with sandpaper, because I need to kind of blend that in so when you look at it, it's not too obvious. I don't want to have to take the bed off. After this gets the manila, after it gets repainted, I'm putting rubber 3-inch fender extenders on here. LMC truck's got a set for $100. We'll get those and see how those work out. But we're gonna put those on here. We're gonna get some mud flaps up here, and I'm gonna try and find those OBS standard cab running boards. I want to get running boards on this instead of this giant step. So I'm gonna put running boards on it. We'll paint those to match that. Same here on this side. Obviously it's gonna have a running board. I'd like to try and fix this, but I think this is just gonna be a thing. And then this bumper, I'm gonna get some new bolts. Actually, I found a set of those. This used to have the push bumper or push pad things. I found a set on eBay. If I should probably just order them. If they still got a pair. If they got a pair, I'll order those. Put that back in there. It'll fill that gap up, and then it'll look good again. It was a stupid idea to remove it. I had a nice brush guard on it, but we swapped it to a different truck. So this next setup, it's gonna stay permanent. And then I'm getting a Super Duty valance. It's going to go on the bumper here to block. It'll block wind, block the wind from catching on the differentials and stuff. I think between putting that bumper back on, this canopy, and it being a little bit warmer out, I'm actually getting a little bit better fuel economy. I think I'm just over 21 miles to the gallon right now. Getting 65. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna finish doing what I'm doing, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna pop the wheels off, and we're gonna see what we got going on for brake shenanigans. Well, got it back in, jacked up, out of gear, e-brake off. Let's see how well that limited slip's still working. Oh. It's actually wanting to move the truck. Oh man. Whew. That's even turning a 35. You got more leverage on it, and it's still working pretty good. It's got a Summit Racing track lock in the rear diff, and she grips pretty good back here. It's hard to break the tires loose. I'm sure if I tried to do a burnout, it'd probably just snap a U-joint clean off, or blow the transmission up. These aren't as heavy as I thought they would be. Look at the backside. Gross. Okay. Let's go. Put that inside. So I must have these installed wrong, because the e-brake just does not work. I've got brand new e-brake cables. I've got it adjusted as much as I can adjust it, and it just don't work. So, and of course, this hasn't been off in a long time, so it's stuck. I'm gonna have to get a hammer and tap that. What I'm thinking is that I probably put I used the Explorer to compare because it has drums in the back. I was looking at how it was set up, and it looks like it has the shoe with the short side up front, and then it has the longer one on the back, because I think it's trying to wedge it. So this is burnt the paint up. Look how warm it's gotten. Well, they're working. So I'm going to take that off and we'll see how it's set up. Maybe I have it backwards. Get the wire wheel and clean that rust out. Yep, I got the short side on the back and then the long one on the front. I think that's why my e-brake's not working. Not a brake disc in there. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, so I know what I need to do. I'm gonna get some tools, some cleaning tools, and we're gonna clean these up and then put some new grease and stuff on places where it needs to move, and then I'm gonna refer to one of my manuals, just double check that my suspicion's correct. But I think that's why these brakes aren't working that right. Or the e-brake's not working. I like to have a working e-brake because if I had to have a moment where I need to have the engine running, but I need to stop it, I need my e-brake to work. So I'm gonna go get my manual, take a look at this, and get my tools, and we're gonna swap that stuff around. The actual tools for this, I have one of them. It's the right one right here. This is for pushing these guys in, and the rest I just use vice grips on this. This will eventually get drum brakes, or not drum brakes, it already has them, disc brakes, but spending the money to do it is just, I have a hard time justifying it. And if I could just have these set up properly, then it's fine. They do work, they lock these tires up no problem. It's just, I would like to have the e-brake work, you know? Having a good pair of vice grips work helps too. Good thing I had gloves on. Okay. And this should be right here. Okay, I'm gonna take a break here, get this all cleaned up, and get the e-brake. This needs to get swapped over to that side. Clean this all up, and we'll be good to go. Anyone want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Well, we're almost put back together. I'm just cleaning up this adjuster, putting some silicone paste in here. This is suitable for this stuff here. Got the shoes swapped and cleaned up. I didn't really bother sandpapering them just yet. I'll do that before I put the drum on. Yeah, this is how these should spin freely like this. Just like that. And then this guy here has to have some, or else it won't spin properly. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Spins freely. So this side is set up like factory. Let's look at a lot of pictures for the driver's side, and that's what I'm seeing. So let's do a quick clean up. Don't breathe that in. And we're slacking in the hammer department around here. Yep, these are backwards too. Okay, I'm over on this side, and this cable is stuck real bad. And I'm trying to use my actual e-brake on one of the sides to pull that through, and then hopefully it'll free it up. So this is the cable going to the cab, and this is working fine. And then my adjuster, I was trying to adjust it, and it's like seized right up. So I got this other one. Started messing with. I took my torch here, and I gotta move it. This still hasn't gotten rearranged, so don't give me any negative comments on this. But I took this nut here, put my torch on it, got it till it was cherry red, which actually didn't take long, so that was nice, and worked it free. And then I got tired of using that guy. Used this for a little bit, got tired of that, and then I just put it on this, and I just kept running it up and down, up and down, up and down until it cleared all the rust and shit out of there. So I'm gonna let that cool down, and then once it cools down, I'm gonna put silicone paste on there, and hopefully that'll free it up and make it move nice. And then I can adjust it properly at there, or at the frame. When I get that adjusted, I can pull on that cable with the e-brake and hopefully work that free. If I can get it worked free, then I'll be in business. So I'm gonna give that a shot. I think this is the whole reason why my e-brake doesn't work, because it's frozen, and by the time it tries to pull on that side, this has already loaded it up, and then you think the e-brake's working, and it's not. So that's the issue. But that's one of the problems that I'm having. So got that side is working perfectly as far as its actual brake function. The parking brake, well, we won't know if it works until I get this side freed up. And what annoys me is that I replaced these cables, and one of them seized up. So that's kind of annoying. But I'm gonna give this a shot, see if we can get her adjusted, and then if that works, then we'll be good to go. All right, spent some time, lubed her up real good, and then ran this thing up and down with the wrench. Now I can get it by hand. Look at that. Well, it looks like I'm gonna need an e-brake cable on this side, even though it's brand new. It's locked up. Cue the power stroke as I turn the camera on. Yeah, that's straight up locked up. I can't get it to return worth shit. I put a chain on it and started yanking on it, and the chain just comes out. Yeah, this freaking thing, look, nothing. So I'm gonna hook up this side and see if that works. If I at least get one wheel to lock up solid, be good enough for now. But this one, something's wrong with this cable. It's just jammed up. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it out and see if we can find out where it's locked up at. I mean, I could probably cut it at that end and just put a put a cable thing on it. But I can't pull it that way because going this way is a pain in the ass. Like literally. Going that way I can put a crap ton of leverage on it. You put like half your body weight into it and it freaking pulls on it. So it's not that the drum brakes are the problem, it's the fucking e-brake. Since we can go that way, we're just gonna cut this off. I'll get a new cable. We're gonna cut this. Fuck out of there. There we go. You motherfucker. All right, man. That side was a pain in the ass. This side's done. Got the e-brake on just this one side. It actually has really good tension. It's all the way down to the floor. And I'm about to put the other wheel on and see if it locked up. But I moved this and it's not moving the pinion, it's actually moving the diff. So I think that's actually working. So I at least have something. And what I did with that cable that I threw in the yard after we pulled it out, I took it to the bench grinder and ground off the coating and stuck it back through the other side. And of course I was greasing it as I was putting it in there, and it moves really good now. So that's connected to the drum on the passenger side. What I'll end up doing with this is getting a couple barrel clamps and putting it back in that bracket, and this is all jacked off right now. I'm gonna put the I don't really like that. But it works. I'll probably put that spring somewhere safe, or I'll just put it back on and let it spring and sprung in. But anyways, that's put back together. I think the e-brake's working. We're gonna find out if it works just by using that one wheel. That'd be fantastic. And then I'll get the barrel clamps for this side, and then we'll have the e-brake working properly on both wheels, and it might feel like a normal truck and not broken. So I'm gonna get the other wheel put back on, and then I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm nasty. Take a shower and go get lunch, and we'll test this thing out and see how the brakes work. I got it somewhat adjusted, but it'll take some driving for the tensioners to come into play. They are working just like they should when that cable gets pulled on, and it ratchets the adjuster. So yeah, we'll get that wheel put back on and clean up and go for a spin. So I think tomorrow I'll get a barrel clamp, a couple of them, and then we'll fix that other cable, get that tied in since it's working now. I can pull on it now and it actually moves, so that's good. Just with this wheel locking up, this thing won't move. I can't. Yeah, it's locked. So that's working. So I get a barrel clamp for the other side, and that'll actually make it so I can adjust them so they'll be even. So once that's finalized, e-brake should work like normal. So I think it was a combination of having the drum shoes installed backwards, and then of course on this side we had the problem with the e-brake cable itself. So I'm wondering if those brakes will actually work even better. They'll lock up as they were, but now that the e-brake will actually work, I wonder if they'll work even better than they have been. So let's go for a drive. It's hot as hell out.